Vladimir Putin
Sunday,
looks
the
certain
25th
to
of
be
March on
re-elected
BBC
president.
One.
But will enough people head to the polls to give this result legitimacy? Join me, Lucy Hockings, in Moscow for our special election coverage here on BBC World News.
The Gaza Strip, its population penned in by walls and gun turrets. What could possibly make Palestinians here collaborate with Israel? Our world, working for the enemy, on BBC World News.
Hi, I'm Jason Lai and I'm the conductor of the Yongsil-To Conservatory Orchestra in Singapore. I'm in Korea,
where you can let your imagination just run wild.
ready to dive straight into its arts and culture.
I can see by the hands and the way she's moving the arm.
In this brand new series about exciting artistic innovations,
Then we can understand each other.
right here in the heart of Korea.
This is BBC News. I'm Sharon Duke-Lale. Our top stories. The British Foreign Secretary accuses President Putin of being behind the nerve agent attack on Sergei Skripal and his daughter.
We think it overwhelmingly likely that it was his decision to direct the use of a nerve agent on the streets of the UK, on the streets of Europe, for the first time since the Second World War.
As the conflict in Syria continues, aid agencies say over 50,000 people have fled Afrin in the last few days alone. And weeks after stepping down, former South African President Jacob Zuma is charged with corruption over $1 billion arms deal. 3 African countries, home to most of the continent's elephants, call for a ban on the sale of all antique ivory.
More elephants are being killed every year than are being born. It's still a big crisis for Africa's elephants.
And jumping to safety. A dozen people are injured when a ski lift goes out of control in the Russian resort of Georgia. Hello and welcome to BBC News. There's been a swift and angry response from the Kremlin after the British Foreign Secretary said it was overwhelmingly likely that Vladimir Putin personally took the decision to use a nerve agent on a former Russian spy in the UK. Moscow said Boris Johnson's comments were shocking and unforgivable. Our diplomatic correspondent James Lansdale's report contains some flashing images.
These were the most effective.
Boris Johnson brought the Polish foreign minister to a battle of